The Civil War took place from 1861 to 1865 between the Union and the Confederacy. It was a devastating conflict that will change the course of the nation. New York State will remain part of the Union, while 10 southern states decided to take up arms and fire upon the United States flag at Fort Sumter in 1861. It would begin the bloodiest war that America ever fought in, with casualties exceeding the combined total of all other wars that the U.S. was involved in. At the time, New York State had the biggest population in the country, and the Empire State had the greatest influence on the outcome of the war. Although hundreds of miles from the conflict, Putnam County, New York will make many valuable contributions in terms of resources and manpower that will ultimately contribute to the Union victory. On the eve of the Civil War, the population of Putnam County was only 15,420. Although small in population, Putnam County will have a significant role in the Civil War, both militarily and economically. About a third of the men between the ages of 15 and 55 will serve in the military, and 4 distinguished U.S. generals are also associated with Putnam County. The West Point Foundry in Cold Spring manufactured cannons, while the Borden Factory in Brewster provided the condensed milk for the Union Army. Putnam sheep farmers also met the demand for woolen clothing and uniforms when Southern cotton was no longer available. Tragically, over 200 men from Putnam County died in the Civil War, fighting to preserve the Union and to end slavery. As we reflect back on such a horrific conflict, it is an important opportunity to get people thinking about how we define freedom today, and also to discuss how the issues of the war still resonate today. The Civil War occurred over 150 years ago, but if you travel around Putnam County, you can still see some of the traces of the past, if you know where to look. So here's my list of the top 10 sites in Putnam County that have a connection to the Civil War. I'm here at Site 10, and this is where baseball began, right here in Putnam County, at the estate of the poet George Pope Morris. And the Undercliff Baseball Club started back in August 10th, 1865. And this is shortly after the Civil War. So many of the soldiers had learned the game of baseball, and when they came back to their hometowns, like here in Cold Spring, they played the game of baseball. So this is along Morris Avenue in Cold Spring, New York. Site 9, the Garrison train station along the Hudson Line. This line would bring cadets up from West Point from all over the country, and later some of those cadets would serve with the North, but also many would serve with the South. And they would meet together later on as enemies, fighting between North and South. I'm at Putnam Park in Kent, New York, and this is the monument to the 1,589 soldiers who enlisted in Putnam County to fight for the Civil War. And over 200 soldiers from Putnam County gave their life. So hopefully we never forget their service and their dedication to the country. And you can check it out right here at the Putnam Veterans Memorial Park. And this was the idea of Tyler DeSembrino, a Carmel student who saw the need to remember the sacrifice of these soldiers. So thank you, Tyler. Smalley's Inn was opened in 1852 by James Smalley. 10 members of the Smalley family from Putnam County will serve in the Civil War for the Union Army. William Smalley was shot through his right leg, and John Smalley survived being captured and imprisoned in a Confederate prison. Site 6 has been removed for restoration, but it will be back. The USS Mayapack was a heavily armored gunboat which joined the attack on Charleston, South Carolina in 1864 during the Civil War. In 1865, in the Battle of Fort Fisher, it took 8 hits, but no serious damage. It was named in honor of Lake Mayapack, New York, and was fitted out at the Brooklyn Navy Yard in 1864. Darius Couch, historical marker. Born in Brewster, New York, near Route 22, Couch graduated from West Point in 1846. During the Civil War, he was appointed Major General, who played a key role in the Army of the Potomac for the Union Army during the Gettysburg Campaign. Hi, I'm Gail Borden. In 1864, I built my milk processing plant in Brewster, New York, where I could ship my delicious condensed milk to market by rail. My process for making sweetened condensed milk enabled the dairy product to be transported and stored without refrigeration. Condensed milk became a critical field ration for the Union Army, and I became a rich man. This was the largest and most advanced milk plant of its time. Every day, more than 200 dairy farmers from Putnam County supplied 20,000 gallons of milk as demand soared during the Civil War. From the factory, trains on the nearby Harlem line would ship my condensed milk to New York City and then to the Union Army. Today, my factory is gone, but I do have an historical marker along Route 6. But please don't take a selfie along it. That's just cringy. 3. The Tilly Foster Mine opened in 1853. By the time of the Civil War, it was the largest open-pit mine in the world, employing 300 workers and producing 7,000 tons of iron ore each month. Much of that iron will be used by the Union Army for cannons and artillery. So that happened right here at the Tilly Foster Mine, which is today now part of the reservoir system. Hi, I'm Major General G.K. Warren. I was born and raised in Cold Spring, New York, and graduated second in my class of 1850 from the West Point Military Academy. Before the war, I taught mathematics at West Point and helped create one of the first maps of the United States west of the Mississippi. During the Civil War, I was best known for my quick thinking at the Battle of Gettysburg and earned the nickname Hero of Little Round Top. On the second day of the Battle of Gettysburg, I initiated the defense of Little Round Top. I recognized the importance of the undefended position on the left flank of the entire Union Army. Under my direction, I ordered the brigade of Colonel Vincent to occupy it just minutes before it was attacked. Had the Confederates gained control of this hill, they would have been able to win the important battle, and the outcome of the entire war could have changed. They gave me a statue at Gettysburg for my heroic action. But people here in Putnam seem to have forgotten all about me. I don't even get a blue sign. So maybe this video will help me finally get a sign. Until then, stop by my house in Cold Spring or visit me at Gettysburg. And don't listen to Borden. Selfies are awesome. Number 1 on the list is the West Point Foundry, the home of the Industrial Revolution. And this was the deciding factor for the Union victory over the North. 1,400 men worked tirelessly around the clock for 4 years, producing over 2,000 cannons and 3 million artillery shells.